Islam, peace and love. I wanted to do a consolidation of my studies in regards to the Moorish Magi and the Celtic Troglodytes. The image that I put up is a pretty scary image. You know what I'm saying? If people could really realize what they're looking at. It was a man named Mr. Johnson, and he went to Tunisia, and he met with the Caliph. He met with a Moor who he ruled over the Troglodytes. He had his own sheik Troglodytes, as he called them, and they was armed. But the image, it shows a being that's totally garbed in some heavy material. So who knows who that is? But you see the troglodyte with a small body, but the head is bigger than the Moor's head that's standing next to him. That's 4 feet taller than him. You know what I'm saying? But I have a full read through under the image, which ties to, again, Anu, the Anunnaki, the Sata queens, Enlil, the creation with the pyramid, where I was showing them doing corralling of the troglodytes in and out. The alpine pastures in Austria, the salt mines, where you found the fez and the cherries inside. And then I find that they got the troglodytes addicted to a certain root and the cherries because they would suck on them to get them in and out, because cherries are very bitter. And it was another root, but I haven't found out the exact species of the root. But I know that they found cherry pits as well, which ties to George Washington's father having a whole thing of cherry tree fields. But the connection that the European that was breaking down the Anu and all of the experiments, he said he could not connect Sirius or the Dogon with the Sata queens through the SSS or the Anunnaki, who he was saying was Nazi. The connection is the Big Dipper. But the Big Dipper and Little Dipper are opposite. And the way they are when they rotate makes the swastika. And it's 7 stars, just like the Sirius, who I have the video of, the priest that's in Abyssinia, or what is known as Ethiopia, the priest that guards the manuscripts outside of that temple, who wears a red fez, specifically said the number 7 is the number of their ancestors. 4 symbolizing man, 3 the triune symbolizing the mother. It's all tying with Venus, what they call the horn of Venus, when the horns of the moon, when they face opposite or they facing each other in unity. But I wanted to just do a conclusion about the troglodyte, because it's very important, man. Everything that's broken down about what they call that mythology, I have the archaeological facts. Also with the Kelchos around the Caucasus Mountains, they had it set up the same way as the Austria alpine pastures, with the troglodytes on the inside, mining salt, gold, silver, tin, with the Moorish masters on the outside, always finding the Kernunos, who looks like Noble Drew Ali. And they always have the conical fez with the lunar and solar calendars etched on them. But within the mines, they always find a leather fez conical with a tassel for the troglodytes. Within the National Geographic demonstration that I have, he directly says, "Oh, how I wish I could be an order of the Brotherhood of Iesu, Aissaiouas or something like that." But it's Iesu, and that ties exactly in with the creation of the ones that was supposed to have the anointment of passion, which Noble Drew Ali speaks of the 7 and drawing your circles around the passion. Indeed, corralling the ones that have the passion. Praise be to Allah. my protector, my guide, my salvation, because I study. Again, that image has a being garbed in something with heavy material. You can't see their face or nothing. That could be a nude. You don't know what it is. Then you have the Moor turbaned up, and then you have the troglodyte. You have another Moor sitting down here crouched on the ground, fezzed up. Yeah, that image, man. Islamism. Statement of supporting facts. National Geographic, 1914. Excerpts from Testimony of Brotherhood of Iesu, Troglodytes by Frank Edward Johnson, 1914. Author of The Mo Men, an account of the Troglodytes, October 1912. The climbing up was far more simple than the coming down. I long to be a member of that curious brotherhood of the Iesu, Aissaiouas, 3 S's, Iesu, that jump from great heights without hurting themselves. The Troglodytes of extreme Southern Tunisia speak Berber and have adopted the Mohammadan religion, which are the Moorish and the Moorish science. At an unknown period, the ancestors of these troglodytes of today were all mountain troglodytes, living on the tops of high table lands, overlooking the surrounding country, usually on suga-loaf peaks, with precipitous sides, so that an enemy could be killed by stone being rolled down upon them. Brebisch and Mohammed took me to a troglodyte town perched on top a tableland, and here in the bowels of the earth I saw a huge temple with great Gothic/Moorish like arches, Moorish, carved out of massive rock. Besides having caves in the rocks, they had skyscrapers made of rofus, artificial caves of hardened mud, superposed upon one another to a height of 8 to 12 stories. Wild-looking troglodytes fully armed while guarding this stronghold when we rode up, but as the Qaid was known and greatly loved by the companions, British officer, we received a warm welcome. I was stupidly induced to climb to the top of the rofus to see the remarkable panorama. It seems to me that at last the missing link has been found, for certainly no beings ever climbed as agile except monkeys as did these troglodytes.